Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
What do you want to listen to? Oh, shoot.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2015 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Basketball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
I'm a veteran.
I'm a builder.
I'm a volunteer.
I am a teacher.
I'm a banker.
I'm an Iowa banker.
No matter who you are, there is an Iowa banker who is ready to help you get where you want to go. Iowa Bankers, allowing you to discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Mid-American Energy, diversifying the ways we generate electricity by investing in wind generation capacity in Iowa. Information is available at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You may know right where you belong. Helping you get there is our job. At DMAC, we connect what you want in life to what you do for a living. With more than 150 programs, transfer degrees, and short-term certificates, DMAC can position you for a great career.
Welcome to downtown Des Moines, where winter weather may be waning, but across the river, inside Wells Fargo Arena, it's warm and comfortable for an exciting evening of Iowa high school hoops. Welcome to our inaugural night of live girls basketball tournament coverage here on statewide Iowa Public Television. Hello, I am Paul Yeager, and throughout the night, IPTV Sports will bring you highlights, analysis, and features from right here at our on-site sports desk. And we'll make sure to showcase all of the pageantry of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Iowa Farm Bureau State Basketball Championships. But first, let's head courtside with BJ Shaban and Laura Leonard for their call of the 1A Championship.
Thanks a lot, Paul. It is time for basketball, the Class 1A State Championship. You've got Springville taking on Newell Fonda. That's number 11 against number 7 here again for the Class 1A State title game with Laura Leonard. I am BJ Shaban. And Laura, when you look at this matchup, familiarity. Newell Fonda has been here 6 times before. This is their 3rd straight year that they're playing in the state title game. And you've got Springville, who's won it before.
Well, yeah, and Newell Fonda, probably a little bit different mindset. 6 times, been runner-up every time, so maybe a little bit more intensity on that side. But Springville, they're very hot right now. They're shooting the ball very well. They're going to be a tough team to contend with here tonight.
Expecting a very up-and-down matchup here tonight. And for Newell Fonda, this is a Mustang team that got here by defeating a team that beat them last year in the state title game in Burlington, Notre Dame. Of course, in the quarters, they knocked off Colonesco, and this team has been playing some pretty good basketball, and they lost 4 starters from a year ago, so pretty remarkable that they're here.
You know, they just keep reloading, and I think they have a great system in place. We talked a little bit about that. I think the coaches put a great system in at the lower levels where they just continually play that system and that game and that offense and defense all the way through the grades. And then when they get their opportunity to step foot on the floor at the high school level, they're ready to go.
Well, here's a Springville Spartan team that, well, scheduled up this year, but they are 17-0 against Class 1A opponents this season. They look good throughout this tournament.
They have looked really good. They're playing without fear. They're shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. They're hot from behind the arc, and in the tournament, they're shooting 46% from three-point range. So that's something that Newell Fonda is going to have to contend with. They're going to have to find those shooters on the arc.
It's Springville and Newell Fonda here from Wells Fargo Arena. It's the Class 1A state championship game as these two teams, their first ever meeting between one another, and oh my, there is a title that will go to one of these at the end of the night. It is time now to head to the public address announcer in Tim Fitzpatrick.
Award to a student athlete who excels on the court, in the classroom, and in their community. The recipient receives a $1,000 scholarship to the college of her choice. The 2015 Student Athlete Achievement Award winner is Taylor Hickey from Burlington Notre Dame Catholic School in Burlington. Presenting the 2015 award is Mr. Ted Vonderhaar from Pilot Grove Savings Bank in Pilot Grove, Iowa. Congratulations to Taylor, and thank you to Ted Vonderhaar and Pilot Grove Savings Bank and the Iowa Bankers Association for their sponsorship of this award. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, this is the night where memories are made and dreams are achieved. It's championship basketball night here at Wells Fargo. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the visitors from Springville. Number 11, Caitlin Glockner. Number 13, Sydney Williams. Number 23, Ashley Brady. Number 25, Emily Horick. Number 31, Alyssa Yeager. Number 33, Chrissy Hoagland. Number 41, Maddie Wagaman. Number 45, Melissa Deeney. And number 53, Sammy Johnson. Assistant coaches, Tyler Hushak, Christina Zaruba, and Sarah Davidson. And now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Newell Fonda. Number 10, Jordan Wilkin. Number 14, Morgan Magnuson. Number 20, Courtney Temple. Number 22, Michaela Keys. Number 32, Kate Christensen. Number 40, Taylor Dix. Number 44, Mallory Sievers. And number 50, Emily Archer. Your assistant coaches, Courtney Vaughn and Kevin Larson. Starters for this 1A championship game. From Springville, number 15, Megan Wagaman. For Newell Fonda, number 12, Aaron Gerke. For the Orioles, number 21, Riley Menster. For the Mustangs, number 24, Brianna Wells. For Springville, number 35, Sarah Mattis. For Newell Fonda, number 30, Abby Smith. For the Orioles, number 43, Rachel Glockner. For the Mustangs, number 34, Maddie Morenz. For Springville, number 51, Michaela Nahazel. And for Newell Fonda, number 42, Haley Faline. And your head coaches, for the Springville Orioles, Nate Sanderson. And for the Newell Fonda Mustangs, Dick Jungers. Your officials this evening are referee Marlon Schoonhoven, umpire 1, Kurt Strauch, and umpire 2, Brett Johnson. Are you ready for some tournament basketball?
Yes, we are. Tim Fitzpatrick, the public address announcer. It is time for the 1A title game. Here's Newell Fonda starters. You've got Gerke, Wells, Smith, Ferenz, and Feline. A team that is at 22-4 this year, and they have defeated yet another state championship title contender in Class 3A in Pocahontas area, who will be playing tomorrow here on Iowa Public Television. And then you have the Orioles of Springville, the 11th ranked team in the state. For them, they'll have Wagaman, Menster, Mattis, Glockner, and Nahazl. Check out the front. It's going to be Mattis at just 5 feet, jumping up against Abby Smith at 5'8". She gives up 8 inches, and the Mustangs win the jump. That's done by design. The Orioles, pretty superstitious team. They've done it throughout this entire tournament run. It started when they beat Linville solely back in the regional finals. They have the shortest player on the team in Mattis jump.
Well, and Mattis wanted to do it. She challenges her teammates in practice to jumping at the center circle, and so they decided they'd do it one game, and it's worked well for them, and they've continued to win doing that.
This is going to be fun. From the top, that's Morenz. Got it!
Well, that's something they can do. They have good balance in their offense, and they swung the ball around. They need to have consistent 4 quarters throughout this game.
Nahazl inside, just hit the back of the rim, and here come the Mustangs of Newell Fonda. Shooting just 36% here at the state tournament, but off to a hot start. That one rattled in and out. But they get the follow-through from Feline.
Doing a good job working on the inside, and they're off to a quick start, inside and outside.
Mattis, she can hit that, and she does. 44% on the season from three-point range, and she gets Springville right back into this one.
You can't leave her alone. You have to know where she is on the floor at all times because she has quick release.
A steal by the freshman, Menster, and we're all tied up at 5.
Well, I think defense is going to be a key in this game. Both teams really gamble on defense. They'll jump the passing lanes. You can see that Springville in a 2-3 zone, but they will match up and they will trap out of it. They'll jump into the passing lanes.
Inside to Smith. She's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. Riley Menster set a school record for steals in a season with 138, and she gets one here.
You can see just anticipation right there, leaning, read the eyes, able to jump into the passing lane and go untouched to the glass.
And the free throw is there by Abby Smith at 60% this season. Here at the state tournament, just had 2 points, now 3, just 1 of 7 from the field entering tonight's championship game. And the Mustangs take the 2-point lead. Some pressure.
Maybe change it up a little bit off of makes and misses, off of made free throws. They're going to give them different looks.
Inside, Feline off of her left hand, so it will stay with Springville. The Orioles play 4 freshmen in the rotation. You'd think team chemistry might be affected having 4 freshmen playing at the varsity level. Coach Nate Sanderson said, no way. This team has really came together really well.
Well, they've done a nice job, and you just don't know how a season is going to evolve, especially with young players, but they've done a really nice job of meshing together.
That's Wagaman hitting the bucket. Now 10 of 11 from the field here at the state tournament, and we're all tied up at 7.
Yeah, what a tournament she's having, shooting that high percentage. She's finding good looks, and she's just shooting it with a ton of confidence.
2-on-1, Orioles with the numbers, and they can't convert.
Got to be able to finish those off when you can get the runouts like that. Got to be able to get to the glass and finish that off. Nahazl just a little too quick with it off the glass.
Dick Junger's going to his bench for the first time. 3 players coming in. You've got Jordan Wolken, the junior, coming in, along with Morgan Magnuson. And also into the game for Newell Fonda is Kate Christensen, the sophomore.
Well, the way they play defense and the way they get up and down the floor, you want to keep fresh legs in the game, so you're going to see those kinds of rotations.
That one partially deflected by the Orioles. So it will stay with Newell Fonda. To the corner, that's Magnuson. That shot off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Newell Fonda. They've been rebounding machines here in Des Moines.
They've done a good job, and that's what you need to do in these kind of games. You've got to win the battle on the boards, and both ends. You've got to win it on the offensive side and on the defensive side. And a travel will be called. Turnovers have been the issue for Newell Fonda. If that's been one bugaboo they've had throughout the season in their 4 losses, it's been they've had high turnover numbers. You know, in a game like this, you have to value every possession. You cannot let the opponent have extra shots and extra possessions, because you're going to see shots like that go up. And that was a deep 3 by Mattis. Mattis came into the game averaging 12. She's got 6 right now. 10-7, Springville with the lead. Averaging 12 on the season, but in the tournament, 16.5 points for Mattis. And over back. Sorry, BJ. First turnover, or second turnover of the ball game here for Newell Fonda. You can see how deep this one is, and Mattis just sets up. If nobody's going to come out and guard her, she's going to pull the trigger. Has over 1,000 points of her career, now 1,009 and counting. Yeah, that total is just going to keep rolling up tonight, because they're going to continue to look for her. Man-to-man for the Mustangs, and they go a quick pass. Now Hazel did have Menster. And the Mustangs come up with a loose ball. Springville with their first lead of the game here with just under 4:30 to play in the opening quarter. And Springville went a little high-low that time, and it got a nice slip screen, just could not convert. Turnover number 4 against Newell Fonda, and now Springville will go to their bench. Alyssa Yeager will come into the game, the 5'10 freshman. Also in is Chrissy Hoagland, the 5'8 junior. Well, you talked about the freshmen on this team for Springfield. They're doing a good job of really filling in, knowing what their roles are, coming in off the bench, knowing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And that ball was actually tied up. Springville will keep it with the arrow. Good quick hands that time. Mattis, instead of setting up outside, saw the alleyway, decided to take it all the way to the rim. And this one will be turned over. The Orioles with their first turnover of the game. Well, Minster tried to break back door. They thought they might be able to get him. Defense had their head turned, thought she might be able to sneak in on the backside. Newell Fonda. Haven't had really a good run in the first half of during here at the state tournament. And especially in their semifinal game, they only shot 22% against Burlington Notre Dame, but they're only down by 5. They played some pretty good defense in the second half. They picked it up in the win against the defending state champ, shooting 47%. So a slow start again here for the Mustangs. But it was their defense that won that ball game for them, especially in the second half of that semifinal game against Burlington Notre Dame. That defense was relentless, and I think it broke down Burlington Notre Dame, and that's what got Newell Fonda to this championship game. Abby Smith back into the contest for the Mustangs, along with Maddie Morenz. And here comes Springville. Look out, Wagaman able to hit the bucket. 12-7. Make it Hoagland. And it's a 7-0 Springville run. They've had some good looks on their baseline out of bounds. They're doing a good job of setting screens. Morenz finds the net. And Newell Fonda gets it within 2. Well, we knew we'd see a lot of shots from the perimeter, and we're seeing a nice balance out of both teams. They're both looking at the outside as well as inside, trying to get some high percentage shots in the paint. Now a steal by Brianna Wells. Team's leading scorer is yet to score. And that jumper from 15 off the mark. Wells will save it into Springville. Newell Fonda, though, does sport 6 players on the roster who are averaging 7 points or better per game. They really spread it around, but right now down by a deuce. Well, they do spread it around, and they do a good job. If you look at their games and field goals and assists to those field goals, they do a great job of sharing the basketball.
So inside, Feline can't handle it, and it will go right back to Springville. 6 turnovers so far by Newell Fonda, and the Orioles also back to their bench. Coming in is Maddie Wagaman for the first time. And also back in is Nahazel. The Mustang also go to their bench. Mallory Sievers is in, the 5'6" junior.
I like the idea of getting some fresh legs in there, especially in the first quarter of a championship game. You have to figure there's some nerves, there's adrenaline going, so you get them in there, you get them running up and down the floor a few times, and then get them to the bench, let them sit and rest, and then get them back into that rotation and let them shake off some of the jitters.
Wells with a pair of steals here early on. The corner will work the baseline. Gerke will fire and gets her own rebound back in the corner. And now a foul here called against Springville. This one going against Maddie Wagaman. That'll be her first.
Gerke did a nice job going after the ball. Nobody else went after the missed shot, and she followed her shot like you're supposed to do, was able to maintain the possession.
Wells nearly had it taken away. And Mustangs will try to set up shop here with Morenz at the top.
Those quick hands of Springville, they're just always reaching, trying to poke the ball away.
Wells can't get it to fall, and the rebound to Wagaman.
They really like to get out and run every opportunity they get.
Nahazel got the great feed, but just could not get it to go down.
Shot it a little quick, needed to take one more step into the glass.
Gerke going to be fouled on the play, and will head to the line.
Gerke is a nice addition to this Newell Fonda team. Transferred in, played at Manson a year ago, and transferred in to Newell Fonda, and has really been a nice addition for this team. In the tournament, she's had the hot hand as well, coming into the tournament, averaging a little over 8 points a game, but here at Wells Fargo, averaging 15 a game. So she's really upped her game at the state tournament.
And Laura, that was her first miss here at the foul line at the state tournament. She doesn't want to take that one to the roost, but hits the second one. And the Mustangs now within one here, 12-11 your score.
Just a little token pressure, just making them work to get the ball into that front court.
And Newell Fonda will come up with a rebound. Morenz handling the ball. And now a steal. She does it a lot. Menster to the rack.
Those are those quick hands. She just anticipates everything. You put the ball down on the floor in front of her, she's going to reach in, try to poke it away. They're trying to clamp down in the corner, trying to trap a little bit.
Abby Smith can't get it. The putback by Sievers not there. And Nahazel will end up with it, and she's fouled.
Tell you what, on both ends, it's rough going in the middle. There's a lot of contact down low. You got to be strong with the ball when you get it in the paint.
Sievers will pick up the first team foul for Newell Fonda. They got out to a hot start, but just one of their last 10 from the field are the Mustangs.
Well, and that's something, and you talked about it, it's kind of plagued them throughout this tournament, that they've had those scoring droughts. They need to put those four quarters together.
Trying to get it down the court was Sievers, but that will be the end of the first 8 minutes. It's the Class 1A state championship game. Springville jumping out to a 3-point lead. Let's hook up our wagons now and look for the journey through the tourney. Paul Yeager, take it away.
All right, thank you, BJ. It was early on for Newell Fonda. They had, as we've mentioned, their third time in this title game. They had to knock off the defending champ, Burlington Notre Dame. Let's take a look at those highlights from the late game on Wednesday night. It was Brianna Wells, who's been quiet in this one so far, no points, but on this night, she gets the steal and the lay-in. Then Wells inside again, the hoop and the hard. Wells would then do it from the corner, gets the pass from the other side of the court for three, good! Wells would have 19 points. Gerke had 18, and the Mustangs ahead again for Brianna Wells, who also danced at the well earlier in the day with the dance team along 6 other teammates. She wasn't tired, neither were the Mustangs, but let's find out how Springville got here. They had a game against Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Mahazel inside with the left-hander. Then they go again, one pass step, shot good. She's a freshman, says the chant. Then Sarah Matus from 3, got it. Matus was on fire from long distance. And it was her hot shooting and her 23 points that put the Orioles into the title game. And that's how it all works out. Let's go back downstairs to BJ and Laura.
We've seen a lot of things here in the Class 1A state tournament this year, including a player fouling out in the first half. That was with, well, last year's state champion Burlington Notre Dame. That was in their opening round game against Central Lyon, but they would go on to win. But Newell Fonda able to get it done. So we saw some strange things, but Aaron Gerke of Newell Fonda says the atmosphere is pretty good here at the well.
The atmosphere is crazy. There's so many people here. The floor is a lot bigger, and it's just a lot more fun. There's a lot of different pace of the game. You get to experience teams who you've never played before, and so that's a lot of fun.
Well, the Mustangs trying to draw on their previous experience here at the state tournament, at least this year. They've been down through the first 8 minutes in their 2 previous games. Same thing here in the state title game. Why not? 14-11 your score. Newell Fonda trying to win their first ever state title in girls basketball.
Well, you talked a little bit about it. They started out pretty quickly on the offensive end, and that's exactly what they needed. After the first quarter, they're only shooting 23%, so they needed something like that to get them going again.
Trying to double down on Mattis. The Orioles spin out of it. Now open, the jumper by Glockner is good for 3. Locked and loaded.
Very patient on that offensive set. They just swung the ball around, and the defense right now for Newell Fonda not rotating.
And the Mustangs over and back. That'll be turnover number 8.
Unforced turnovers, and you can't have those in a state championship game. You got to get on the same page, and right now, I think Newell Fonda a little out of sync on offense.
Well, head coach Nate Sanderson of Springville has said that his team has been the most relaxed here at the state tournament. The most they've been all season, he said. It's kind of strange. He said maybe it's the underclassmen, but they're playing relaxed right now, and they come up with another steal. Riley Menster, quick hands. She'll take it and get fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Menster just quick hands, and I know I've said it a ton here tonight, but she does get the hands in the passing lanes, and active hands are going to be a good thing for your defense. You're going to get fingertips on a ball. You're going to be able to knock it away.
Well, the Orioles have set or broke 10 school records this year, and Riley Menster has had a lot of them. Steals, also a school record for field goal percentage. And she cans her first free throw here. Newell Fonda back to their bench. Morenz will come back into the game. 5-point lead for Springville, their largest of the game.
Bringing out that 2-3 zone a little bit higher. And Newell Fonda needs to get a little movement, try to cut some cutters, and they did. They got a Feline just cutting through the middle. They just missed her.
Here's Gerke along the baseline. Morenz at the top. And the rebound to the Orioles.
They got the shot they were looking for, and that's, you're going to have to find some gaps and just be patient until you find an opening in that 2-3 zone.
Springville shooting close to 60%. They shot 79% in the first half of their win against Fremont Mills in their opening game here at Wells Fargo Arena. Wells out ahead, Gerke. And 1.
Love the way that they ran the break. They were able to get the numbers, and a great pass led Aaron Gerke all the way to the basket. Big step around the defense. Gonna go to the free throw line.
2-point game. 6 minutes to go here in the first half, and a steal by Gerke. And she'll can't get it to fall. Wells shot not there, gets her own rebound, put back it is there. Brianna Wells, her first bucket of the ball game, came into the contest averaging 13, and we're tied up at 18.
That's just pure hustle right there. Good defensive stop. Quick hands on the other side. Newell Fonda shows what they can do defensively.
5-0 run here by the Mustangs, looking to add to it. Gerke with the steal and finish. And a timeout going to be taken here by Springville.
Well, you got to stop the runs, and that is what this game is a game of runs. We talked about defense. There are the good quick hands. Gerke gets that hand in there, able to maintain the possession, and then a couple more chances. Wells finally gets in there, gets the ball to go. There's a good look at that run out after another steal. Gerke able to go to the glass and get the easy two. And their defense right now for them is turning into offense, and that's what happened, and that's what helped them against Burlington Notre Dame.
Well, good contingent of fans here at Wells Fargo Arena for the Class 1A state championship game. And the support that we've seen here throughout the entire week at Wells Fargo Arena has been unmatched. You look at state tournaments around the rest of the Midwest, there's not fan support like this.
Not at all. You turn on the TV and you look at some of these other high school tournaments that are being broadcast, you see a lot of empty seats, and that does not happen here in the state of Iowa.
Mustangs will stay with the pressure. Springville has turned it over 8 times so far. Which has been part of their problem or the reason for the comeback. As you take a look at the offensive rebounds too, Newell Fonda has kept the Orioles off of the offensive glass.
You don't want to give up second chance points, and that's something that you have to really work hard, giving your opponent one shot and done.
Morenz in the lane. And the rebound into Hazel.
I said that it's getting physical. They're letting them play, so you have to adjust your game according to how the officials are calling the game.
Here's Mattis. And a foul here called against Brianna Wells. Her first. Team foul number 2 against Newell Fonda.
Not very often does Mattis go inside. As a matter of fact, 70% of her shots come from three-point range, but that time saw the opening on the baseline. Nice jump stop, got the defense to fall right into her.
Now the jumper is there for Springville. Yeager into the scoring column again.
Yeager, an honorable mention all-conference player, provides a nice spark coming off the bench. Got a nice looking jumper.
One of those 4 freshmen that Springville throws into the rotation.
I have a feeling that we're going to see them year in and year out here at Wells Fargo.
Saw a lot of that this week. A lot of underclassmen really shining bright here. Wagaman caught up in traffic, and a steal here by Newell Fonda. Wilken up with it. The shot by Gerke not there. And Springville will get the rebound. Wagaman out ahead to Menster, to Nahazel. Good ball movement and the finish for Springville, who gets the lead back.
That's how you get the ball down the court when you have the numbers. A couple of passes and you're right at the rim, and Nahazel finished that off nicely. Great assist.
And Gerke has that one deflected out. It will stay with Newell Fonda.
You can see the battle on the inside, and this is how you get the ball up the court in a hurry. Menster with a nice pass over to Nahazel.
Wells and Sievers back in for Newell Fonda. Chrissy Hoagland into the game here for Springville. Here's Wells in the lane. And they're going to call a charge against Brianna Wells. That'll be her second, a big foul there with 3:32 to play here in the first half.
See Hoagland right there, beat her to the spot, held her ground, and Wells goes right into her, picking up number 2, and she's going to have to go to the bench.
And coming in her place is going to be Morgan Magnuson. Wells, the lone starter from last year's team. And now Springville to work. They try to punch it inside, and it will be turned over as Yeager couldn't handle the ball and actually pushed Sievers.
Well, they hurried the ball down the court, got it into a position. They're working that right side. They like to get it down to the right side. They got the backdoor cut, just could not thread the needle.
5 team fouls against Springville. And the Mustangs back to work offensively, down by a pair.
They're having trouble on the baseline, and they're really clamping down. They're allowing that ball to go down into the corner, and then they're trying to clamp down. They're trying to trap and not allow Newell Fonda to rotate the ball back around.
Now 11 turnovers by Newell Fonda. A lot of pressure in this game. Not only on the floor, but maybe in their players' heads here, playing for a state championship. And this one will be turned right back over. Menster okay after hitting the deck hard. A lot of media members here tonight, so they cushion that ball pretty well.
Newell Fonda has worked that right side of the floor, and now they're getting good rotation. You got to work all sides of the floor, get this defense to move around a little bit.
Sievers works the baseline and stepped on it.
Last 2 possessions, that's exactly where they've gone. They've seen something on the baseline, trying to drive it, but they're dribbling on the baseline, turning the ball over.
2:36 to play. Newell Fonda being led by Maddie Morenz, who's got 6. 6 points also for Sarah Mattis. Couple of threes. 2-point game here. Springville with a lead in the ball. Now a foul away from the ball going against Newell Fonda. That'll be their 5th team foul. And that one going against Morgan Magnuson, her first. So the Mustangs back to their bench. Gerke back in. Also checking back in is going to be Abby Smith. And a turnover here by Springville.
Springville has had a lot of opportunities on that baseline out of bounds. They have not been able to finish things off.
Both teams really forcing things offensively, to say the least.
It's almost like they're just a step late. They're seeing it, but they're not reacting to the openings.
And another one.
Wagaman was there, but you got to get her the ball a little bit quicker, and that's just reaction time. It's a game of turnovers right now.
It really is.
One of these teams is going to settle into an offensive flow.
The defense has just been tenacious, and we're seeing it again. This one going to be tied up. It will stay with Springville.
And I think part of it, is a little bit of nerves for both teams, but you've got to take care of the basketball. You have to be strong with the ball, and the defense right now is winning out on both sides. Nobody can get into a good set.
Well, stay tuned. Coming up at the half, we've got the Parade of Champions. Also, hear memories from the 1965 champions from South Hamilton. Plus, we've got first half highlights and more with Paul Yeager. That's all coming up at the half. 22-20, Springville with a lead here in the Class 1A state title game. The Mustangs trying to tie it up here. First shot we've had in a while. The rebound comes down to Springville.
You know, initially they had Feline open, and they've just got to get the ball down into the block, let her work, see if she can knock down a high percentage shot.
Now Hazel had it knocked away. Last touch by Newell Fonda as Feline knocked it out.
Now 50 seconds left here before halftime, so let's see what Springville does. If they're going to kick it out and hold it, or they're going to try one of their baseline out of bounds to get a quick hitter.
And they go to the middle. Can't get the shot to fall, and the rebound to Newell Fonda. Here comes Aaron Gerke. Plenty of time, 40 seconds to go in the half. They swing it inside. Morenz from the high post. And the putback by Smith, not there, but she's fouled and will go to the line to try to tie it.
Smith, great side rebounding, or weak side rebounding, I should say. She was able to get herself in position, and then went strong and just got hammered as she went up.
So she'll sashay her way to the line. And the first free throw is good. We've got a 1-point game here, 31 seconds to play in the half. Or are these two teams tired because of the energy and the way that they've been going up and down the court here?
I think that's what it is, along with just a little extra adrenaline and a few nerves, I think has really caused this pace and then caused all the turnovers.
1-point game, 22-21, inside of 23 seconds to play in the half. Springville having trouble in backcourt. They dial it up to Mattis. And she'll go to the middle, and it's stolen away by Smith of Newell Fonda. 10 seconds to go in the half. Gerke thought about it, will drive the 16-footer. Not there, Pauline, the putback at the horn, she'll get it. Newell Fonda will take a 1-point lead into the locker room, 23-22. Pauline getting her second field goal of the half. Newell Fonda paced by 8 points by Aaron Gerke. Sarah Mattis leading the way here for Springville. And Newell Fonda has a 23-22 lead through the first 16 minutes.
Well, you figure that bucket probably gives Newell Fonda a little bit of extra spark going into that locker room at halftime, and that's what they needed, maybe to help them take a deep breath, get relaxed, shake off the nerves, and get ready to go for the second half.
23-22. Newell Fonda with a 1-point lead. Let's go to Paul Yeager.
All right, thank you very much, BJ and Laura. It was a first half of runs. First it was Springville, then it was Newell Fonda. Joining us now is the head coach of the Springville Orioles, Nate Sanderson. And coach, big run there to start the game. What's working for you up from the outside?
Well, when we get our offense flowing and we get in the right places, we're getting some good looks at the basket. We fumbled a few passes around the rim. That's a little bit discouraging, but I thought we've had good opportunities when getting our stuff. Things kind of fell apart a little bit when we get our offense gets a little bit distorted. We don't get the ball in the right place to initiate, and that's where we kind of fell apart and turned the ball over a little bit.
Yeah, and Gerke's got 9 points, so you're going to have to probably stop her in the second half.
Well, we want to identify their shooters. We did a good job at times, and then we close out to a shooter and don't get a rebound. That's obviously a big point of emphasis for in the second half, too.
All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, Coach Nate Sanderson of the Springville Orioles. Thank you for your time here at halftime. And we have ourselves an entire parade of things to do. We're going to show you some of the highlights from the first half. And it was a exciting first half indeed. And we'll show you that. But we have some other things to take care of here at halftime. And one of the things we're going to talk about is the Parade of Champions.
All of the state champions from the previous year. Let's meet the state champions from 2014. Beginning in softball, the Class 1A state champions, Coach Todd Colt and the Westerners from Akron Westfield. The Class 2A champions, Chris Caskey and the Earlham Cardinals. Winners of the Class 3A state championship, Coach Lindsey Dial and the Clark Indians. The two-time defending Class 4A state softball champions, the Dallas Center Grimes Phillies and Coach Steve Schlafke. The Class 5A state softball champs, the Johnston Dragons and Coach Todd Miracle. Now let's honor last year's state basketball champions, first in Class 1A, Coach Colin Alfred and the Nikes from Burlington, Notre Dame. State champions in Class 2A for 3 straight seasons, Coach Bill Harmson and the Western Christian Wolfpack. The 2014 Class 3A state champions, Coach Gary Richardson and the Lady Dutch from MOC Floyd Valley. '14 state champs in Class 4A, Coach Zach Clausen and the Harlan Cyclones. 2014 Class 5A champions, coaches Bob and Sharon Hansen from Dowling Catholic and the Maroons. Moving to soccer, the champions of Class 3A, Coach Scott Myers and the Cedar Rapids Kennedy Cougars. Introducing the 2014 state champs in track and field, the Class 1A champions, Coach Bob Mudd and the Northland Lynx. From Class 2A, Coach Tim Frake and the Cascade Cougars. The champions of Class 4A, Coach Randy Hutchison and the Urbandale Jayhawks. Presenting your 2014 swimming and diving state champions from Pleasant Valley, Coach Jay Smith and the Spartans. Moving to volleyball, the state champions from Class 1A, Coach Melissa Friesmeyer and the Holy Trinity Catholic Crusaders. State champions in Class 2A for 4 consecutive years, the Wolverines from Dike New Hartford and Coach Diane Harms. The Class 3A volleyball champions, Coach Peter Gustin and the Solon Lady Spartans. State champions in Class 4A for the 2nd straight year, the Cyclones from Harlan and Coach Angie Spangenberg. The state champions from Class 5A, the Jaguars from Ankeny Centennial and Coach Jessica Reinhardt. Now let's meet the 2014 cross-country champions, the Pocahontas Area Indians and Coach Mitch Hackbarth. The 2A state champions, Coach Dan Sauser and the Monticello Indians. Representing Class 3A, the Vikings from Decorah with Coach Christy Nimrod. Champions of Class 4A, the Johnston Dragons and Coach Patrick Hennis. The Class 1A individual cross-country champion and Iowa's first ever 4-time individual state cross-country champion from Griswold, Rebecca Topham with Coach Jeff Topham. The Class 2A cross-country champion, Paige Hollub from Monticello with Coach Valerie Lynn. The Class 4A champion, Megan Schott of Des Moines Roosevelt with Coach Scott Schoenberg. Presenting this year's Class 3A state bowling champions, the Johnston Dragons and Coach Scott Taylor, and also the Class 3A individual champion, Loyal Ohm. Led by Class 2A individual champion, Sydney Kramer, presenting the Class 2A bowling champions, the Keokuk Chiefs and Coach Ryan Moore. The Class 1A individual bowling champion, West Delaware's Andrea Sallow with Coach Ken Bosenberg. Moving to the Class 2014 state champs in golf, representing Class 1A, Coach Rick Schubach and the Grundy Center Spartans. State golf champions from Class 3A, the Trojans from Atlantic and Coach Kathy Hobson. Led by 4A individual champ Maddie Birch, Coach Julie Cadlick and the Saints from Cedar Rapids Xavier. The Class 5A champions, the Waukee Warriors and Coach Marty Sullivan. The Class 1A golf medalists, Northland's Jessica Franson with Coach Mike Hilmer. The 2A golf medalists from Nashua Plainfield, Sarah McMichael. The 3A golf medalist, Paige Van Dyke of South Tama with Coach Melinda McDowell. The Class 5A individual champion from Ankeny Centennial, Carly Kerrigan with Coach Andy Fain. Also walking with Carly is Andrew Huseman. The duo teamed up to win the Class 2A Co-Ed Golf Championship. Presenting the Class 1A co-ed golf champions from East Sac County, Michaela Ernst and Justin Kraft with Coach Kyle Stride. The team champions in 2014 tennis in Class 1A, Coach Dave Will and the Waterloo Columbus Sailors. The Class 2A team tennis champions, Coach Liz Bertrand and the Cedar Rapids, Washington Warriors. The Class 2A singles champion from West Des Moines Valley, Chloe Jeffries. Chloe also teamed with Anders Jensen to win the Class 2A co-ed tennis title. Chloe is coached by Matt Ross and Jay Highfield. Presenting the Class 2A doubles champs from Des Moines Roosevelt, Mary Hill and Mira Prasad with Coach Mike Shaw. And finally, the Class 1A co-ed tennis champions from Waterloo Columbus, Lauren McManus and Connor Bernard with Coach James Larson. Ladies and gentlemen, your state champions from 2014. Congratulations.
Always one of the highlights here at the state tournament. Teamwork, discipline, sharp shooting, aggressive guard play, and tournament experience all helped the South Hamilton Hawkettes basketball team cap off a perfect season with a state title in 1965. This championship team included 3 players who now reside in the Union's Hall of Fame. Tomorrow night, the queens of the court from Jewell, Ellsworth, Randall, and Stanhope reunite as the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union honors the Hawkettes on the 50th anniversary of their state championship. We sat down with these ladies and their coach from 1965 to relive the magic.
I'm Karen Nelson. I used to be Iverson. I'm a forward on the 1965 girls basketball team.
Dale Sorensen, the coach.
I'm Carla Hill Brown, and I was known as one of the twins and played forward.
Sharon Tyler Hansen. I was a forward. I was a sophomore. Kind of the baby on the team, I guess. I don't know. I remember passing the ball to Carla a lot. We had a great time.
The road to the 1965 Girls State Basketball Championship began a year in advance for the South Hamilton Hawkettes. They lost a heartbreaker to West Monona in the 1964 championship game and were determined to return for a title.
I wasn't suiting at that time, and I just remember just being sick and watching the kids, you know, their reaction. And I thought, man, I can't wait to get home and start shooting and see if we can't get this fixed and get it done the next year.
I can remember Coach Rasmussen and Coach Sorensen talking to us at probably our very first practice, and there was nothing but go get it.
Looking through one of our manager's scrapbooks, Sandy Peterson, she's no longer here, but she had written out that we had said the quote, "We'll be back."
The Hawkettes came into the state tournament undefeated, ranked #1 in the state all season long. They rolled over many of their opponents and found ways to fight through the close ones.
Anytime you have a perfect season going, there's a lot of pressure, and there was a lot.
Being ranked #1 all year, every game, if I recall this right, the gym would be packed. And I don't care if it was away or at home, it would be packed. And when we would come to get ready, there'd be lines outside waiting, you know, for the doors to open, and not everybody would get in. So we had such community support.
I can just kind of remember feeling like a bit of a veteran, you know, that we had been there. We knew our way around, we thought, you know, downtown, going to the hotel, going to Bishop's, of course, that was the highlight. So we felt fairly comfortable. And I think I went down with a purpose. You know, it wasn't just to enjoy the city and have a good time, although we did, but we went down with a purpose to try to win the thing.
There were 16 state tournament teams at that time and no class divisions. For the most part, small schools like South Hamilton dominated the girls' game. They faced Valley of West Des Moines in the final.
Sharon Tyler, Carla Hill, Linda Mortensen. Screen shot, Hill as they match points.
Valley and South Hamilton traded jabs early on. By the end of the third quarter, the Hawkettes pulled away.
Tyler Mount Hamilton on a scoring rampage now as they start to break it open. 53-41.
You know, we were so well prepared, and credit to Dale. I mean, our practices every day, I mean, we worked on the fundamentals. It wasn't scrimmage every day, oh, this is fun. It was, you know, we put in the hard work. It was the basics, it was the fundamentals, and I think that made the difference.
And we worked all year round. I'm sure we all had basket hoops out on our farms and did a lot of shooting out there during the summer, did a lot of running.
When the final buzzer sounded, South Hamilton had earned its first and only girls state basketball championship, beating Valley 61-47.
I would say amazing, surreal. Years of hard work, and it all came to fruition. It was just an amazing moment.
Yeah, I think the celebration, you know, the minute it's over and we're all running out onto the floor, and once you've accomplished that objective, it's pretty special.
There was pressure, so it was kind of like, you know, we finally did it, and, you know, it was a nice feeling, and again, just with all the support we had, just to, you know, let them know we finally brought it home.
I think mission accomplished. You know, I think we knew going in what we wanted to get done, and I think it was a real feeling of satisfaction that, you know, when you set a goal and you reach it, and we all had that same goal, that was pretty cool.
In the 5 decades since that South Hamilton title, the game has changed. The players and coaches have changed too. But the memories of that championship season still lead to smiles and a lot of pride for what they accomplished.
Well, I think it was the hard work and never giving up, you know, and you carry that all through your life, you know, because you get in different situations, but you just had the determination to work hard and work through it, and again, you know, keep going for your goals and not give up.
Just the willingness to persist, keep going. So that's probably what I took away from it.
There's not a single thing that you do in life that you probably don't approach without teamwork. Whether you're working as a teacher or you're working as parents raising your family, working in your church, working in your community.
And I think the relationships that you're able to make because of athletics. You know, you're not always going to win. And you do have to learn, like, we all came together, and that's kind of what you try to do as a coach, is can you take a group of kids that are very different in their own ways, even though there's a lot of similarities, but can you get them to come together and form one common goal? And then when you accomplish that goal, it's pretty special.
What was a staple then is a staple now. A few minutes ago, the traditional sweeping of the floor. The sharply dressed gentlemen in their tuxedos cleaning off the floor here at Wells Fargo Arena, and that floor needed a little cooling off after the first half of highlights because we had a pretty intense early first quarter and early second quarter. Let's take a look at some of those highlights between Newell Fonda and Springville. Early on, it was the same story as it was from the other night. Sarah Matus for 3. She hits from one side, then she comes to the right elbow. Nice pass, rolls around. She had 2 3-pointers, 6 points in the first half. But then, here came Newell Fonda on a 7-0 run. Gerke gets the steal and the lay-in. She's a sophomore. And then underneath, she puts another one in for 2. And that was a 7-0 run for Newell Fonda. 8 points for Gerke in the first half. We are at a 23-22 score right now. As we get ready for the second half, let's talk a little bit about these teams from 2 coaches who know a lot about them. Colin Alfred from Burlington Notre Dame on the near side here. Tom Peterson from Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Coach Alfred, I'm going to start with you. Last year, you're in the locker room at this time. It's a longer experience. If you've got any advice for Coach Sanderson, how do you talk him through when it's a little disruption of the rhythm?
To concentrate on what they need to do and what their game plan was coming in, and apparently Springville went to stop Faline and Wells, and they've done a pretty good job doing that.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Newell Fonda here and what you've seen. Gerke is quick. Wells has been shut down. She kind of exploded a little bit for that on you. What else is Newell Fonda doing well?
Well, I think their press is creating some turnovers, and they're creating fast breaks off those turnovers and creating scores for themselves. So they got to continue to do that. And I also think that Newell Fonda's defense is very, very well done, and it's a good game plan for Coach Jungers.
All right, Coach Peterson from Exira, you had to face that tough in-and-out game. Matus got hot from three. She had 2 quick ones, but she's cooled off. What's going on with Springville?
Well, I think the one thing that you've noticed is she had a couple of open looks early on, and she hasn't had an open look since. That's one of the things that I could see right away. And the one thing I think for Springville that they need to try to do is attack in the interior. I think the taller girl inside has only got 2 points, and then they don't have many points in the paint other than some breakaway steals that they got early on. So I think they need to try to get the ball on the inside.
Menster has 5, Matus has 6, and in the Hazel, I don't even have her down for any points. So that's working. So if you're coach from Newell Fonda, you keep doing the same on Springville?
Well, I definitely would. I think Newell Fonda's pressure, it's relentless. Full court, it's nonstop, and Dick's been there quite a few times. He knows what he's going to be doing here in the second half, and when you have a bench like they do also, it's very difficult to keep fresh players in for Springville, but I'm impressed with what they've done so far.
All right, and Coach Alfred, thank you for joining us, because I watched
watched
your team go by there from the state championship, and Taylor Hickey had a nice award earlier tonight as well.
Yes, she did, and she had the Bankers scholarship, and that's nice for Taylor to receive that, well-deserved. And last year, we were recognized for our championship last year. We wish we could have played in this game this year, but it wasn't meant to be.
Maybe we'll see you two next year, and you won't have to sit here up here and talk to me. I'm sure you'd both like that. Tom Peterson from Exira, Elkhorn Kimballton, and Colin Alfred from Burlington Notre Dame. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's go back down courtside. Time for the second half. Here's BJ and Laura.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yes, Laura, the second half about ready to get started, and I'm sure ball security was talked about in both locker rooms.
Well, it has to be. 29 turnovers between the two teams. It's been back and forth, and there's not been a lot of consistency. These two teams have not been able to get into a good flow offensively.
Now, when they have been able to get some shots off, it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, it really has. They've done a good job of really finding the openings when they've been able to and get into that set rhythm, but otherwise it's just been turnover on each end, and neither team has been able to capitalize.
We take a look at the numbers. 50% from the field here for the Orioles of Springville. Newell Fonda just 8 of 29. 3 for 3 from downtown for Springville. That kind of jumps out at you. And Newell Fonda has been able to get to the line. That's been a big part of the recipe to success, along with rebounding.
Well, that, and you also look at those numbers. Newell Fonda has 11 more attempts on goal than Springville does. And so that tells you that those turnovers are getting the opportunities they cannot capitalize on it. You look at that, you might have been able to blow open this game. So you've got to find good shots, connect on them, finish things off. But you're right, Springville shooting a nice percentage when they've been able to get the shots off.
Newell Fonda, winner of 17 of their last 18 games, will hit the floor with their same starting 5 in Gerke, Wells, Smith, Ferenz, and Feline. The Orioles would like to win their second state championship. They've got Wagaman, Menster, Mattis, Glockner, and Hazel starting the late half. 1 point lead for Newell Fonda. They've got the ball here as Gerke will fire it. Gets it from 16. Aaron Gerke now in double figures with 10.
Defense sagged back in. They left Gerke wide open. She was able to find that good mid-range jumper and knock it down. And you have to wonder if the bucket at the end of the half might ignite Newell Fonda.
Baseline pass, the jumper by Glockner. Off the mark. Wagaman with the first offensive rebound of the night, and count it, as she'll go to the line for Springville.
That is a great rebound by Wagaman. She went strong to the glass, over the top of Smith, and able to get it up. Tough angle for her, too, but able to knock it down, gets rewarded with an extra free throw. Looks like we might have a lane violation. Just going to get another opportunity to try to complete that three-point play.
And here she goes. So the Orioles tied up at 25.
You give a good player a second opportunity, and they're going to convert.
So here's Gerke for three. Can't get it to fall, and Hazel with a rebound. And it will belong to Springville. So we're tied up at 25 here. Just a minute into the second half. And Newell Fonda, during the state tournament run, this is where they've picked it up from the field. Their defense has been solid here so far. Same thing for Springville. This is going to be a fantastic finish here in the late half. Now Hazel lost it in traffic, and Feline will pick it up.
Well, that's what really turned the tide for Newell Fonda in that semifinal game, was they turned up their defense and really got Burlington Notre Dame out of sorts on the offensive end.
And the Mustangs get a bucket. They've got the lead again here, 27-25. Nice little run here. If you go back to late in the first half here for Newell Fonda, the defense will create another turnover. Morenz into the front court. Finds Feline. And a timeout will be taken here by Springville.
Well, Newell Fonda on a little bit of a run right out of the locker room.
Well, Sarah Mattis for Springville said that her team, yeah, they're somewhat superstitious.
Girls, and we're really silly off the court a lot. And we do, like, you know, we wear the same socks, same headbands for all the games, and we listen to the same songs. We sit in the same seats on the bus, like to and from places, and I don't know, we're pretty superstitious now, and we're not changing anything until after tomorrow.
You know, one thing we found out about Springville is that their team song is called Uptown Funk. And right now, they're looking to pick it up in downtown Des Moines here to get back a little closer here, down by 4. 6:13 to play here in the third.
Yeah, they need to have those superstitions kick in right now. They need to get on a little bit of a roll.
Can't get the shot to fall from Menster. And Gerke from the top had it partially deflected by Menster. Ahead to Wagaman. Here's Mattis for three. Bring it up!
Perfect on the night from three-point range, and we talked about her having the hot shooting hand coming into this ball game.
So the Orioles down by a point here. Trying to hold defensively. Gerke. The answer!
I was just watching that 2-3 zone of Springville, and they don't move a lot. They just kind of move with the ball. You've got to come out and challenge.
Near steal, the Orioles will hold on to it. Here's Wagaman. They're going to call a foul before the shot. And that's going to be the second team foul called against Newell Fonda.
Well, we talked about teams heating up from the outside. Mattis gets open. Nice skip pass to find her, because she does have the hot hand. And then with the answer, Gerke, nobody came out to challenge her, and she just pulls up and knocks it home.
Mallory Sievers and Jordan Wilkin will enter for the first time here in the late half for Newell Fonda. Now Hazel had it stripped away. It's loose. Feline up with it.
They've been able to get in the passing lanes, really disrupt this offense of Springville.
Mustangs by 4. To the corner, that's Wells. Can't get the shot to fall. Still loose, and it will stay with Newell Fonda. Last touch by Mattis of Springville.
Both teams really battling down low, going after the loose ball, and they know how important these 50-50 balls are. You've got to maintain every possession. trying to set some screens to see if they can pop somebody open, but not a whole lot of movement without the basketball.
Gerke in the lane. Tries to go to Feline, and it's nearly taken away. It will stay with Newell Fonda here. 3:56 to play in the third quarter. 4-point advantage for the Mustangs, wearing their home whites. Magnuson looks to put it in, and it's tied up. Possession arrow will give it to Springville.
What a great read, though, by Glockner. She read it the entire way. They set that screen. They wanted Feline to roll in to try to get the quick hitter, and Glockner was right there to tie her up.
Wells and Morenz will come back in here for Newell Fonda. In for the Orioles is going to be Hoagland.
Saw him run this offense in the semifinal game where they just work the ball around the top of the key until they find somebody open.
Wagaman able to nail the 15-footer, and it's back to a 2-point game.
Wagaman has really come out in the third quarter, had a very nice start to this quarter, really sparked her team.
Has 7 for the contest and the rebound on the ground, and it belongs to Newell Fonda. Spotting up, taking that one, Sievers, who will hit it.
Got away from the pack, able to find the opening off the loose ball and knock it home. Big bucket.
First bucket of the state championship game for Mallory Sievers.
She stepped away from where all the congestion was, and they found her, hit her in rhythm, and she was able to catch that ball in a right spot and let go and knock it down. This is that motion offense off the top of the key where they're setting screens. See if they can get some rollers, and that's exactly what they want to do, is get that cross-court, that cross-cut action from high to low into the low block.
This one's going to stay with the Orioles. 4-point advantage for Newell Fonda. 2:51 to go here in the third quarter. The Mustangs had a 1-point lead at intermission. Here's Wagaman. The flat-footed jumper goes through.
A little excitement from Wagaman, a little pump of the fist. She was wide open. They're doing a good job of finding her. Got the ball inside, kicked it back outside. That's textbook basketball right there.
She's got 9 in the game. Here's Wells, caught up in traffic and will be fouled by Hoagland.
A lot better job that time by Newell Fonda of moving without the ball. It was a great cut by Wells, and they got her the ball, just a little bit too much contact in the middle.
Aaron Gerke will come back in, leading scorer here on the night for Newell Fonda, as she replaces Magnuson. And this one tipped up and going to be stolen away by Menster, the quick hands. And she'll have it knocked away. It will stay with Springville. A lot of steals on the night here for Riley Menster.
Well, I know she had 4 at halftime. If she's picked up 1 or 2, she's right at, she had 6 the other night as well.
Good pass and ball movement here by the Orioles. In fact, during the regular season, they had 26 assists in one game. That was against Cedar Valley Christian, a school record.
Well, and here in the tournament, they're averaging 17 assists a game. So they do a great job of seeing the floor and seeing each other, knowing when to hit them with the ball.
Newell Fonda covering up defensively, but they let Mattis open. Her first miss from outside tonight. And this one's going to go to Newell Fonda.
Good, strong battle on the boards. Abby Smith going hard to the ground, but keeps the possession for the Mustangs.
Two-point lead in the ball for Newell Fonda. Morenz on the drive. Might have had it deflected away, and the Orioles come up with it. Springville's been a lot better on the glass here in the second half.
Yeah, they really have, and rebounding-wise, they really got out-rebounded in the first half. They only had 9 boards to 23 for New Old Fonda, but they're doing a much better job, and I'm sure that's something they talked about at halftime.
Feline with the swat there. And this one nearly thrown in backcourt, and now a foul right at the timeline. Jaeger got hit there by Gerke.
Gerke was trying to sneak in, see if she could pick the pocket of Jaeger as she was trying to run that ball down at the half-court line.
And a timeout going to be taken here by New Old Fonda. Coach Junger is burning his first timeout of the night. His team up by 2 with 1:08 to play here in the third quarter. As the Mustangs trying to work some things out here with the 2-point advantage. Let's take a listen inside of the huddle.
Okay, offensively, I want a fist, okay? I want a fist. Got to take it to the rim if it's there, okay? Team on 3, 1, 2, 3. Pump fakes, pump fakes.
New Old Fonda with some basketball language there. Need a fist and take it to the lane. Break it down.
Well, obviously that's the name of the play that they're going to run, but I like the fact that they said pump fake. You got to get the defender in the air. They're timing everything, and they want to get the ball to the rim, so they're going to run a little motion. That's what it sounds like, to try to open up some alleyways so they can get the driving lanes open. But you do, if you get inside, give a little pump fake. See if you can get the defender in the air.
And an N1 opportunity. Springville has an opportunity to take the lead as Riley Menster, the 5'3" freshman, takes it hard to the support system.
Little hesitation dribble and then able to split the defenders and saw daylight, went all the way to the hoop.
Menster now with 7. Make it 8. And Springville with the lead again. Back and forth, couple of lead changes, a few ties. What drama we have building here in the Class 1A state title game. Gerke thought about it.
They're just going to hold now maybe for the last shot unless they get a really good look at it. Springville doing a really nice job moving their feet defensively.
And that one deflected out. It will go to Springville. 21 seconds to play in the half. And Hazel quickly to the scorer's table to check in. She'll come in for Chrissy Hoagland. So Hazel, the 5'10" freshman, came in averaging 12. Held to just a couple of points here so far. Here's Mattis. Quickly covered up, will drive and go to Hazel, who lost it on the ground, and then a foul is called here in the paint. This one going against Feline of New Old Fonda. 5th team foul against the Mustangs, just 1 here in the late half by Springville.
Oh, a great look by Mattis, little wraparound pass, and I'm not sure if Hazel was ready for it. He kind of hit her around the knees, and that's sometimes tough for a center to go down and get that ball, and then you have all those guards there swatting away, but they were able to keep that possession, give themselves another opportunity.
Trying to get it in. This one deflected out, and Menster just got it along the near sideline. And Gerke will knock it out. 6 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 1-point game. Springville with the lead on the ball here, trying to get it in with Wagaman.
You have to figure that New Old Fonda is going to guard the 3-point line.
Menster down to 3. They work it to the baseline. Wagaman shot off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Smith and New Old Fonda. We've played 3 quarters. We've got 8 minutes remaining in the Class 1A state championship game, and it's Springville with a 1-point lead. So how far of a drive was it for these 2 schools? New Old Fonda, of course, hailing from northwest Iowa. Springville over on the east side of the state in good old Lynn County. 144 miles for Springville, an extra mile longer for New Old Fonda. It must have been that extra exit that they have up in Fonda. I heard they've got like 5 exits in that town. And both took a while to get down here to Des Moines. Let's go to the Springville bench and hear from head coach Nate Sanderson.
We
come up here and get a good screen, we get Riley on that little come around the corner, we get a kick out right here, and remember on a baseline drive, get behind it, okay? So that we got a shooter ready right there. Also on Slav, you got to go the way you came from. So if Riley comes up and gets it right here, don't come back this way because we're putting the defense over here so the screen comes back this way. There's no one there. So you just drive it back right where you came from, be able to get to the basket and get a layup. Defensively, 5, you got to get off the short corner. We don't want a double team right here. If the bottom can get down, back up because either this girl or this girl's coming down into make a stand. We've got to have you at the border, okay? We need border patrol, all right? So play here, the top will support, and then stay in front of people on the perimeter. Hey, stop and score. Let's go, team. 1, 2, 3.
So the Orioles have a 1-point lead, trying to win their school's second ever state title. They won it back in 2008. Newell Fonda, you know the story. 3 straight years they've been here. This is their 6th state title game appearance, trying to win their first ever. On the floor for the Mustangs, it'll be Gerke, Wells, Smith, Ferenz, and Feline. For the Orioles, Wagaman, Menster, Mattis, Glockner, and Nahazel. A turnover by the Mustangs here to begin the first possession of the 4th quarter. And Springville will have the lead of the ball here.
Well, this is the time where you expect the Newell Fonda defense to step it up a notch.
And they do.
That's something they've relied upon all tournament long, is that defense being able to get steals and then converting them into points.
Gerke works the baseline and draws contact and will go to the line. So Aaron Gerke providing a lot of the offense here tonight for Newell Fonda. 13 in the game. Back to the line again.
Little indecision, but a couple of jab steps to see if she could get the defense to move, and they didn't. She saw the daylight on the baseline, took it inside, gets to step to the free throw line.
She's been huge here in the state tournament. Has the sophomore semifinal game, a double-double, 18 and 11 against Burlington Notre Dame, and now tonight with 15. Newell Fonda back out in front by 1, 36-35. Here's Nahazel at the high post. Just cannot get that shot to fall, and the Mustangs up with the rebound.
Boy, had a good look at it too, was able to get herself open and just a little off the mark.
Wells! You bet!
Well, that's what they've been looking for all game long. They left her open, and I'm not sure that that thing even rippled the net. That was a high archer that just, she drained it.
4-point advantage here for Newell Fonda. Menster. And the rebound to the Mustangs. Now Springville has gone cold from the floor.
Well, they got the good look, and they ran that offense, and here's another look. Wells trying to hit back-to-back threes, but Springville running that offense with that motion up top, drawing the defense and kicking it.
The entry pass denied, and it will stay with the Orioles. Well, at the beginning of the year for Springville, knowing that Coach Anderson was going to have 4 players in his rotation, they had no goal of winning the state title. Now it's upon them as they're within 2 of Newell Fonda here with 6 minutes to play.
They had been running those baseline out-of-bounds plays so well, finally able to connect on one.
Here's Gerke on the drive. And Springville comes up with a rebound, and Wagaman tries to outlet it ahead here to Mattis, who will save it in. And then the Orioles will just turn it over. Out of control, Mattis tried to save it in. Nahazel tried to hit a cutter. And Menster could not catch up with it.
Great save, and then Nahazel over her shoulder knew that Menster was cutting, just led her a little bit too much. Otherwise, that would have been a huge bucket.
Abby Smith back into the game. She'll come in for Feline. A little bit of a smaller lineup here for the Mustangs, if you will.
They're going 5 out. They're playing on the perimeter, not really moving anybody. They're moving cutters through the lane, but they don't have anybody posting up.
And a steal by Springville.
Again, who has their hands on it to start that? It's Riley Menster with the quick hands. Either getting the steal or having a piece of the action, helping her team get a steal.
Inside, this one denied as it went off to the hands of Yeager. And now a steal by Menster, who will be fouled by Jordan Wilkin. That's going to be the 6th team foul on Newell Fonda.
That is pure anticipation. There's the steal. And right here, she just floats into the passing lane, stayed back, read the eyes of the passer, able to jump in and hits the floor hard, but doesn't really care. Nice little expression like, hey, we got another shot at it.
And Gerke's going to be called for going through the screen, her second. And that'll be the 7th team foul against Newell Fonda. So going to the line now is going to be Springville with Chrissy Hoagland, a 44% free throw shooter on the year. And banks it in. As a team, Springville shooting right at 54% on the season.
You know what? Doesn't matter how they go in, just as long as they go in.
Power shot. That went off the mark, but Wagaman with the offensive rebound, trying to keep it inside, and it's knocked out by Newell Fonda. 1-point game, 4:39 to play.
Well, you know when you're a 54% free throw shooting team, you're going to get an opportunity to get a lot of rebounds off of the free throws, and that's exactly what happened for the Orioles.
From 15, Hoagland can't get it to fall. The rebound, beg your partner Hoagland. Yeager couldn't get it to fall. Hoagland back to the line again.
Yeah, Hoagland, you said, a 44% free throw shooter, only been there 18 times coming into the tournament.
She has 3 points. She had not scored here in the state tournament in 27 minutes entering this game. And now trying to get her 4th to tie it up here. 2-shot foul. First one, strong.
Well, you have to know, you have to be ready to get in rebounding position. You're Newell Fonda, you have to box out. You don't want to give up another offensive rebound.
Wilkin back in for Magnuson. Next free throw, also strong, and the rebound comes down to Wilkin of Newell Fonda. So the Mustangs gave Springville a couple of opportunities there, and the Mustangs will hold serve. Here's Gerke. And she'll be fouled on the play, this one against Yeager. Her second. Team foul number 3 against Springville.
Been a couple of times I thought Gerke might have been able to just go ahead and fire the shot, but she wants to put the ball on the floor and get some contact.
Feline back in for Newell Fonda. Presence in the paint, and this one kicked away by Menster.
Tried to run the old screen and roll. They had Feline up top and the dribble around the screen, and she rolled, but was well covered up. Top part of that 2-3 zone, extending a little bit further, trying to push Newell Fonda out of their rhythm and out of their range.
Wren shot off the mark, and here comes Springville out ahead. Menster can't get the layup, and the Mustangs again survive. They have not relinquished the lead yet.
Menster was able to sneak out as soon as that shot went up, and I think that she was just led a little bit too far, couldn't get her footwork right to get the ball to the glass and get the good angle.
And this one will stay with Newell Fonda. 3:13 to play. And if you're the Mustangs, are you in too big of a hurry here?
I don't think so. I think you can work a little clock and try to find a high percentage shot. Got to have a little movement. It looks like they're pulling everybody out. Looks like they're content to spread the floor.
Oops, turnover. Wagaman up with it. And so the Orioles gone cold from the field, just down by 1 here. It's a big one. Here's Mattis on the drive. Can't get the shot to fall. And the Mustangs again with a key rebound.
And again, I think you're just going to see them spread the floor, and probably they're going to talk a little bit about that.
2:29 to play in the 1A title game. Let's go listen to the Mustang bench with head coach Dick Jungers.
Right now. Okay, calm down. We got 3 timeouts left. Okay, now I want to pull them out. Okay, 1 high delay. When they come out, we'll take layups. Okay, we'll take layups. Now, do we want to be throwing around those hands? Okay, fake them out of the way. Get us an open look that way. Okay, now, offensively there, everybody clear on what we want. Okay, 2-3 zone team, they're going to come out. They may trap you. If you run into trouble, call timeout. Okay, everybody understand? Now, defensively, once we score, okay, once we score, it's contained, 21 back contained. Here we go. Go, team on 3, 1, 2, 3.
39-38, Newell Fonda with the lead. What do you think of those words?
I like it. I think they're going to pull the ball out. They're going to look for layups. They don't want to try to pass the ball around. And one thing, use that ball fake, because Riley Munster has her hands on every pass, as do a lot of the other Orioles out there. Use the ball fake, try to clear yourself and find a teammate. So they're not going to be in any hurry to score here.
He said calm down, too.
Yeah, calm down. That's a big part of it, too, because they're this close to winning a state title.
They know the history probably better than anyone. Most of them. Well, Brianna Wells, the only starter returning from last year's team. And a few of them have been sitting on the bench the last few years waiting for this opportunity. And now it's before them in Newell Fonda, trying to win their school's first ever state basketball title.
And you can see now that Springville just now going to extend and maybe pick up man-to-man, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Force Newell Fonda to put the ball on the floor, maybe get a 5-second count if they can.
Newell Fonda, 65% free throw shooting team. And if you play it by the numbers, they've got some really good free throw shooters, and they've got some that haven't quite been able to hit the net this year. And now a timeout going to be taken here by Springville. 30-second timeout. However, Springville just 4 fouls here in the late half. They've got to foul their way into the bonus.
Well, they've done a good job of not fouling up to this point. Now they're going to have to foul in a hurry to get to the bonus and put them on the line.
Let's listen back in with the Mustangs again.
Be strong with that ball. Now, they're going to come hacking and grabbing, so you just be strong with that ball. Team on 3, 1, 2, 3. Go.
1-point game here. 1:37 to play. The team motto, interestingly enough, for Newell Fonda this year came from their assistant coach, Kevin Larson. Never graduate.
I like it. Just keep coming back every year. Keep coming back to state. They've seemed to got that. They have that part down. They keep coming back to state every year. But they graduated 4 players last year.
Moren's able to get it in, and a foul here. It's going to be the 15th foul, as Jordan Wilkin was fouled on the play. Now, Haley Feline out on the floor may be a target here for Springville. Feline pretty good free throw shooter, but here at the state tournament has had her troubles from the line. And now another hard foul here by Springville. And this is going to put Gerke at the line.
Trying to go over the top of the defense and the hard foul to prevent the easy two.
In fact, Feline 72% on the season. And Gerke here at the line strokes one through. She's now just missed one free throw here in the state title game. It's a 2-point contest with 1:33 to play.
And that's probably down the stretch the one that they're going to want to have the ball in her hands.
It's been a while since Springville hit a field goal. They're down by 3 here with 1:28 to play. They go inside. Nahazel makes it a 1-point game.
Defense really paying attention to the baseline side. Forgot about Nahazel, and they found her. She was able to knock one home.
And Wells fouled 80% from the line this year. One-point game here with 1:14 to play. Check this out.
You know, the baseline drive, you got the double team, and then Nahazel does a nice job of just slipping down the side of the lane to get open.
7th team foul, so a 1-on-1 opportunity here for Brianna Wells. And a rebound here for Springville, and an opportunity. 1-point game. Nearing the minute mark. Menster on the drive, lost control, and it comes down to Wilkin. And it's off of the hands of Gerke.
They didn't let up. Once they turned the ball over, they stayed after it, kept those hands moving, covered up everybody, able to get Newell Fonda to turn it back over to them.
So Wagaman will put it in play to the top. They go to Nahazel, the turnaround. The J! And Springville has the lead.
Nahazel been quiet most of this game, but the last 2 possessions, she's been able to find the rim.
And right back at him. Great feed from Wells to Wilkin. And Newell Fonda has the lead at 43 to 42.
They get the nice inbounds pass and the quick feed to Nahazel, who posted up, called for the ball, able to get the turnaround jumper to go. A little fist pump to fire up her team. And then they get the answer on the other end. They're able to get Jordan Wilkin wide open. She moved well without the ball and knocked it down.
Wilkin with her first bucket of the game. Let's go to the Newell Fonda bench. Some quick words for the Mustangs. 1-point lead, 40 seconds to play.
Well, this one may come down to free throws and taking care of the basketball.
Menster will be at the point, the freshman. Brings it into the corner. Inside of 25 seconds to play. Skip pass stolen away by Wilkin. Morenz up with it, and she's fouled. So Maddie Morenz will go to the line here for Newell Fonda.
What a great job by Jordan Wilkin. They have tried that cross-court pass, that skip pass, and Wilkin reads the eyes, jumps the passing lane, and gets it over to Morenz, who gets to go to the free throw line.
Her first attempt of the night, 37% on the season. 43-42, Newell Fonda. This went off the mark, and Springville with some hope. 15 seconds to play. And a foul by Wells, and the Orioles will go to the line with Maddie Wagaman.
Wagaman on the season, 53%. And we talked about it, that we thought this might come down to free throws down the stretch, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
And Wells picked up her third 8th team foul against Newell Fonda. It's a 1-and-1.
If you're Newell Fonda, you need to box out. And if you're Springville, you want to go to the glass and get the offensive board.
1-point game, the free throw. Good, and we're tied up at 43.
A little sigh of relief. Everybody relaxes maybe a little bit more. Wagaman steps to the line again.
Can't get the lead. We're tied at 43. And a timeout going to be taken here by Newell Fonda. Very close to a foul being called on the rebound, but we're tied up at 43. How's Newell Fonda going to design this play in the final 10 seconds? As Coach Dick Jungers is working things over with his assistant, Kevin Larson, there. Be interesting to see who gets the shot and how they create the play here to try to bring Newell Fonda their first ever state championship in girls basketball. Here's the play that he'll design.
They're going to probably apply some little bit of pressure, okay? So just be ready for that. We got one timeout left, right? Okay, now we're going to go right into a fist. Okay, get it? We're going to take it at them, okay? Now, short corner, they're going to come out at you. Look for a back cutting guard then. Or, pump fake, take it at them, okay? Okay. So, Haley, yeah, there you go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3, take.
Not really a set play. Go right at him, right, Laura?
That's what it sounds like, and you have to figure there's going to be a little token pressure in the backcourt, so you've got to be able to beat that. Take care of the basketball, but once you get it in your hands, take it right at the defense.
On the floor for the Mustangs, you've got Gerke, Wells, Smith, Pauline, and also Wilkin. Make it Morenz instead of Smith. She'll get it into Gerke. She'll have to go inside of 7. We're inside of 5. Here's Morenz to Pauline for the win. Haley Pauline might have just given the Mustangs their first ever state title in girls basketball.
And I think they're going to maybe talk a little bit about it. Great setup. Feline does a great job of posting up. Nice drop step to the glass. Puts it in for the 2 points. That puts them ahead. They're going to take a look at the clock and see if Springville got a timeout.
Now the officials cannot go to a video monitor here. In high school basketball, there is not that rule. So now all 3 are meeting at center court to determine if there will be some extra time put on the clock.
And you could see from our monitor, there's probably about 1.5 if the timeout got called.
I think 1.3 is what we heard there.
Coach, let me explain. We're going to put 0.9 in the clock. It'll be block ball 1.2. Okay.
We got, okay, from
the timer on the board. We'll go 1.2. The ball will be on the baseline. You will be able to run the baseline. Okay? So go ahead. 1.2 will be on the clock. Okay,
we got a timeout?
Yeah, full timeout.
Timeout was called by Springville with 1.2. And so Newell Fonda may have to just wait a little bit longer before they get that state title. Let's see how the Mustangs try to set up defensively.
Here's what you got to be ready for. I want you on the ball, but if they bring a screener, you can't run her over. Understand?
Screen the baseline and try running you off the
okay. All you got to do is just be active up there. Okay? Now, 1.2 is basically catch, dribble, shoot. Okay? The rest of you, yeah, no fouls. Okay? I want Jordan. You'll start up here, just beyond this 3-point line, and then it's a 2-1 behind that. Everybody understand? Go after the long pass. Okay? There we go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We had a chance to talk to Dick Jungers prior to this matchup, and we asked him what a state title would mean to the communities of Newell Fonda. He said it would mean the most to the 5 previous teams that have played here and never won. He said we've been snake bit. And I'm sure when they put 1.2 on the clock, he was thinking, oh boy, here we go again.
You could just see the look on his face, and he's shaking his head, could not believe that they're putting time back on the clock.
Wagaman will look to put it in play. She can run the baseline here for the Orioles. They have to go to the length of the court. Wagaman gonna call another timeout here. That's Springville's last timeout with 1.2 to play.
Now they're checking to see. Newell Fonda's saying they didn't have any. And Coach Nate Sanderson is saying they told me I had one.
And the Newell Fonda bench doesn't have a video monitor as well, like you do at home, to see the timeouts remaining on the bottom of your screen. Let's go to the Springville huddle here and hear from head coach Nate Sanderson.
And let's try this, all right? Let's go and see if, how do we want to do this here? Let's put Riley in the middle, okay? Mick, you're gonna, let's see. So Mattis is gonna try to come the same way, okay? Mick, get in front of Riley right here. Megan, you're gonna run this way. Riley's gonna come back this way and just try to throw the ball out to her. You got one dribble to try to shoot it, okay? Got it? Okay? Maddie, you're gonna be here, just running across, kind of interference a little bit to see if we can get Riley around the corner. Fake here, and you have to throw it. The ball, listen, the clock doesn't start till we touch it, so grab it, one dribble, shot, go. Team, 1, 2, 3.
45-43, Springville down. They've got the ball, looking to put it in play. Mattis might be the go person, it sounded like, coming out of that timeout. And Wagaman again will look to be the trigger person. Gets it ahead to Mattis from half court at the horn. That's off the mark, and Newell Fonda has finally done it. The Mustangs get their first ever state girls basketball championship on their 6th try. And it was a rather improbable run, considering they only had 4 starters returning from last year's team. Here's the winner.
Well, they did a good job of getting the setup. Feline just does a great job of getting set up in the block. Lorenz found her. She made a nice power move to the glass to win it for Newell Fonda.
Springville, what an effort. You got a feeling they're going to be back.
Yeah, you know, with that young team and the way they played here in this tournament, they're definitely going to be back down here over the next few years. What a great effort by both teams.
What a finish. Newell Fonda wins it by 1, 43-42. Coming up in a few moments, the 2A title game will get underway. Should be just as good, if not better. North Lynn will take on Unity Christian. And we have our first champion crowned on the night as the Mustangs win it here by 2, 45-43.
From Newell Fonda, Aaron Gerke. From Burlington, Notre Dame, Taylor Hickey. From Exira, Elkhorn Kibbleton, Rachel Smith. From Springville, Riley Menster. From Newell Fonda, Brianna Wells. And your captain of this year's 1A All-Tournament team, from Springville, Sarah Mattis.
There's your all-tournament team in Class 1A. Aaron Gerke, Taylor Hickey of Burlington Notre Dame, Exira Elkhorn Kimballton's Rachel Smith, Riley Menstra of Springville, Brianna Wells of Newell Fonda, and Sarah Mattis, your all-tournament team captain of Springville. Terrific finish, terrific all-tournament team as Newell Fonda, the Mustangs, defeat Springville here 45-43 on a Haley Feline floater at the end of the game. Here's the trophy presentation.
Roger Francis and Brad Buck. Your Class 1A runner-up is the Orioles from Springville and Coach Nate Sanderson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Class 1A state champion, the Mustangs from Newell Fonda, and Coach Dick Jungers.
Newell Fonda wins it, your Class 1A state champions. Let's go to the highlights in this one to our desk. Somewhere here up top in Wells Fargo Arena with Paul Yeager. Paul?
Unbelievable start to the tournament. We'll take it. Glad to have you here. Let's show you how this one played out. This was an exciting one from tip to the end in the 1A championship. Newell Fonda, early on, it was Sarah Mattis. She shot the Orioles into the title game in the semifinal, and she was off to a good start in this one. Back-to-back threes. She finished the night with 9 points. But Newell Fonda had great defense against Burlington Notre Dame in the semifinals. There, Gerke goes up, gets the steal. Aaron Gerke, the sophomore, again up ahead the pass from Wells. 2 more for Gerke, who finished with 17 points. To the second half now, where it got real interesting. Inside right away, it's to Menster. Gets the good inbounds pass, then she fakes left, goes back to the hole for 2, and the foul. Menster would have 7 on the night. But then all of a sudden, it was Newell Fonda. Throwing one up is Haley Feline. And you're going to see Feline again. Here comes the pass. This is how it ended. Feline for 2. And now the last seconds, it goes Gerke to Feline. Inside, that's it. They put 1.2 seconds back on, but the celebration came shortly after. The shot fell short. For the first time in 6 tries, the Newell Fonda Mustangs have won the state title. Let's go back downstairs to BJ.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Some very, very happy Mustangs here as they get the Class 1A state championship. And could this be a sign for things to come for the rest of the state titles that'll be handed out this weekend? Unity Christian, Northland coming up in a few moments for the Class 2A title game. Aaron Gerke standing by with our Laura Leonard. Laura, take it away.
All right, Aaron, talk a little bit about this. You came over from Manson, new player on this team. What does it mean to you to be a part of the state championship?
It's awesome. I've never experienced anything past first round before. This team is awesome. They're great sports people. They're encouraging, a lot of fun to be with, and we have a lot of great chemistry.
So talk about the last few seconds of the game, and coming out of that huddle, you guys had a play set up. Is that what the coach drew up for you guys in that last huddle?
We knew there would be a long ball pass when it was 1.2 seconds. He told us that don't foul no matter what you do. Make them shoot a long shot, so hopefully it'll go our way.
Well, congratulations. We're going to try to find a coach here. We'll bring him in, and congratulations to you. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
We're waiting here for Coach Jungers. Coach, congratulations. You finally got one. You had to wait a few extra seconds to get it, but talk about what this means to you and your team.
I'll tell you what, for all the teams that came close, and that goes back in the 90s, so awesome. I feel so happy for our community. The Sea of Blue tonight was phenomenal. They were behind us the whole way. Springville, heck of a team, very gritty, 2 gritty teams, 2 hot teams, duking it out, came down the last play. Man, just couldn't speak highly enough of our kids for persevering through that.
Talk about the last play. Is that what you wanted them to do? We listened a little bit in the huddle. Is that how you drew it up?
It was close. They came out with some pressure. Our kids did attack it well. They kept the ball in the middle, and then Haley got open, had a nice little seal, and got a nice little easy bunny there for what became the game winner. So yeah, I'll give them an A+ because of how it turned out. How's that?
Excellent. Congratulations, Coach, on your first state title.
Thank you much.
Go enjoy.
Will do.
All right, Paul, up to you.
Newell Fonda finishes on an 11-8 run and the winning bucket by Haley Feline, and that is how this first one ends. I like it so far. Thanks for joining us here on the first night of the 2015 Girls Basketball Tournament coverage on IPTV Sports. But guess what? We're not done yet. We'll be back with more interviews, features, and basketball. The 2A championship coming up on statewide Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Championships is provided by...
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
What do you want to listen to?
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2015 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Basketball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
I'm a veteran. I'm a builder.
I'm a volunteer. I am a teacher.
I'm a banker.
I'm an Iowa banker.
No matter who you are, there is an Iowa banker who is ready to help you get where you want to go. Iowa Bankers, allowing you to discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Mid-American Energy, diversifying the ways we generate electricity by investing in wind generation capacity in Iowa. Information is available at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You may know right where you belong. Helping you get there is our job. At DMAC, we connect what you want in life to what you do for a living. With more than 150 programs, transfer degrees, and short-term certificates, DMAC can position you for a great career.